Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and the esteemed members of the Ghana Police Service Administration and the general public. This morning, I desire to address and contribute to the recent tragic incident that occurred during the Ablekuma bullion van attack, which resulted in the unfortunate and untimely death of our General Lance Corporal Kalitos Amwa. Our heart goes out to the family and colleagues during these difficult times. But as we mourn his loss, and as we mourn his loss, we must also take proactive steps to prevent such incidences from happening in the future and ensure, the safety of our society. So as we knew, the day the incident happened, the location it happened, the casualty, which is the death of General Lance Corporal Kalitos Amor. We know the perpetrators currently, everybody that is being arrested is a suspect for now. We know that. We know the method of attack. How did we know the method of attack? We knew it through the CCTV footages that were available to the public consumption. So we have an idea. It might not be all, but we have an idea of how the whole thing happened. Also, in the CCTV footage that was available to us, we have an idea of the response that the police and the security forces gave. Looking at that and coming out and sitting as a security person, there are some challenges that I've observed. In light of the recent attack, we must acknowledge as a country the existing challenges in maintaining public safety and security. Some of these key challenges are: 1. Insufficient security measures. The incident underscores the need for stronger security protocols for cash-in-transit operations. This very incident that has happened, it calls for a stronger security protocols for cash-in-transit operations. That is one. The second one is criminal sophistication. When you look at the video and as to how it happened, perpetrators are becoming increasingly sophisticated in their methods, posing a greater threat to law enforcement and the public safety. So that is true, the sophistication of the criminals. The third thing we can look at as a challenge is the resources constraints. Limited resources may hinder the police ability to tackle such incidences effectively. The fourth one, I believe, is public panic and fear. Incidents like this can create panic and fear among the general public. So looking at it from a security point of view, this is some of the problems that I see: insufficient security measures, criminal sophistication, resources constraints, public panic and fear. So these are some of the things that I acknowledged. How can we solve some of these problems? In so doing, there are some few recommendations. I believe to address these challenges and prevent such tragic incidents in the future, we propose the following. 1. Enhanced training and equipment. What do we mean by that? We mean provide specialized training to police officers involved in cash-in-transit operations. Specialized training tailored to meet the operation of cash-in-transit, focusing on situational awareness, 1, risk assessment, 2, and emergency response. So the training should be tailored towards situational awareness, risk assessments, and emergency response. So that is enhancing training and equipment. The second recommendation that I'll give is technology integrity. Integrating technology into their mode of operation. So technology integration. Okay. I believe the police administration, okay, together with all of us, we must actually invest in modern surveillance cameras and intelligent monitoring technologies to deter activities and assist in swift apprehension of suspects. And talking about swift apprehension of suspects, I would like to give a good recommendation of our current police administrations, because we've been following some of the things that are happening and we have followed the updates where suspects for now had been arrested who are currently facing the law. And I might say that is very impressive. That tells us that irrespective of some of the challenges that we are going, there's an aspect that we are doing well. And I commend it. Okay. So how can we upgrade or move that aspect to the next level? Do you understand? And I believe that as we invest in modern surveillance systems and intelligent monitoring, and it is something that, once again, when you go around the country, Ghana, okay, you can see that there are a lot of CCTV cameras at certain vantage points. And anytime I look at it, I was like, wow, we are getting there. You understand? We are getting there. So, not to do this video just to say that nothing has been done at all. There are some that have been done, but I believe that we can do more in addition to that. So the swift approach where these people suspects were being picked up towards arresting the real people, the installations of current CCTV cameras at most vantage areas within the country, it's very impressive. And I would like to say a big note to the government of Ghana and the police administration for that. So as I was speaking, in terms of the recommendations, enhanced training and equipment, technology integrations. The third thing that I would like to recommend is collaborative efforts. Okay, collaborative efforts. We can see per the video that was available to all of us, okay, that there is the need for us to foster stronger cooperation between the police force, private security companies, okay, and relevant stakeholders involved in cash in transit operation. It's very important. We need to foster that strong cooperation, which is very important. The second thing is that we need to encourage, okay, the public to actively report suspicious activities or potential threats to law enforcement. A lot of times, anywhere there's a robbery, okay, you see that there are people around. When we are able to strengthen that collaboration, that awareness, the police administration or the law enforcement agents can harness some of these information from the people, and it can be a good way to prevent it even from happening. You understand? So that is what I mean, encouraging the public to actively report suspicious activities or potential threats to law enforcement agencies. You understand? So that is one under the collaborative efforts. Other thing that I would recommend is community engagement and education. The law enforcement agency must now start to engage and educate the community at large. I know about some programs that are ongoing, which I recommended. However, I think that we will need to intensify it the more. You understand? Especially with these incidents happening, we must move at a faster rate. We must be apt to the current challenges that we are having, so that we don't end up having some of these issues confronting us. You understand? How do I mean by community engagement and education? One, we must conduct awareness campaigns to educate the public on how to respond during emergencies, okay, and promote a culture of cooperation and support for law enforcement. When you look at the video, there was something that I noticed. After the incident took place, the first respondents to the scene, which is the public, were not sure of what to do. I don't know if you looked at the video. They were not sure of what to do. But then if the public had been educated and have some knowledge as to, okay, when incidents like this happen, this is what you can do probably to increase, okay, the likelihood of the police officer or whoever is involved in that casualty, his survivor. Okay, because at that moment that the issue has happened or the incident has happened, within 2-3 minutes, that is how the life of the officer is being counted. So the more the time is being wasted and the public is unaware or does not know what exactly to do, it creates a problem. You understand? Because at that point, we can say that we have specialized people to do that. But then in place of the specialized people, because at that time they might not be there, what do we do? What can the public do at that point in time to make sure that at least the life of the people or the people who are casualties, okay, or the people that have been affected by the whole incident, at least some help can be given to them. You understand? So, talking about the community engagement and education, we are conduct awareness campaigns, okay, to educate the public on how to respond during emergencies. It's very important, and not only to the officer. Sometimes you can see accidents has occurred. Okay, it's not that one accident has occurred, and a lot of people go there, and then you see them concentrating on phones, how best they can steal someone's items, sometimes taking video and videoing alone, but they are oblivious of what to do. That is what we are talking about. Some of these things are very hard to just stop it in the go, okay? But then, as we keep on training people, definitely it will be reducing the number of people in that category who does not know what to do, and is so doing with time, we'll be able to get to what we are doing. That is also not to say that the security enforcement agencies are not doing education. They are doing it, but with what is happening, okay, and the way the people are behaving and the way the people react to some of these issues is the results, is the feedback of the actions and inactions of what we are doing. Because the end justifies the means. Whatever we are doing, the feedback from the public is what is going to tell us that, okay, what we did was good, or what we did, we need to upgrade it, step up, or whatever it is. So the feedback from the public with this Ablekuma Fund North incident, okay, and other ones that has happened, the Takwa Gold, what's the name, the robbery that happened, it tells you that we need to up our game when it comes to education. Again, what we also like to do is that we would like to establish a community-based program to encourage citizen participation in crime prevention initiatives. You understand? It's very important. Very, very important. So these are some of the few things that we can do to help all of us. Now, as we have identified the challenges, as we've seen the recommendations, what will I will iterate? In addition to all the detailed programs that the police administration has, will plead that they begin in implementing these recommendations. We propose the following immediate action plan. There are a lot of plans. I believe the police administrations, the able leadership of IGP, Dr. Dampare, is doing a very great job. He's one of my mentors. I like him. I like him personally. They are doing a very good job. So there definitely will be an action plan to begin implementing these recommendations. Okay. I propose the following immediate actions. One, formation of a special task force. Established a specialized task force dedicated to cash in transit security, comprising skilled officers and experts in relevant fields. So, the formation of a special task force, not just any of a police officer, should be assigned cash in transit. So, the formation of a specialized task force is very key. The second thing, I believe, is stakeholder consultation. Engage in discussion with private security firms. Okay, be the liaison. Okay, create the platform where private security firms, financial institutions, and industry experts to develop a comprehensive security guidelines for cash transportation. We have people in this country that are very learned. Being a platform that can liaise, like I said, the private security firms, the financial institutions, and industry experts to develop comprehensive security guidelines for cash transportation will be ideal. The last thing I would like to say is training workshops. Conduct intensive training workshops for law enforcement personnel involved in cash in transit. Because there is definitely the need to be periodically updating and refreshing the training of these people. Why? Because as you train them, there are developments within, because the armed robbers, those people, armed robbers, studies it, also tries to find ways and means around it. So we must be ahead of them 2-3 steps. You understand? So as they are able to understand the current system we operate in, we upgrade it, we update it. Then you see that at every point in time, the security agencies are ahead of the armed robbers. So it's very important. What I would like to add is technology procurement, like we mentioned. For us to be able to do this, technology is far advanced, and I believe that we must take full advantage of it. Allocate resources for the acquisition of modern surveillance and tracking technologies. Like I said before, I commend the police administration when it comes to the surveillance. Most of the areas they are. And we were able to have a footage on this issue because let's even see it and the station that has it. They were made to understand the need for CCTV for them to install it. So some way, somehow, the security agency has a hand in it for us to be able to see the modus operandi, okay, of the crime. About this public awareness campaign. Launch a public awareness campaign on safety measures, cash transaction, and the importance of species. So these are very important things that I would like to mention. You understand? So to start with, the formation of the special task force, stakeholder consultations, training workshops, technology procurements, public awareness campaigns. These are things that I believe, when they are done, in addition to, I believe, the laid down ways of going to handle this issue, I believe it will help us. In conclusion, the Ablekuma fine milk bullion van attack reminded us of the urgent need to bolster security measures and enhance public safety. Okay. by implementing the proposed recommendations and action plan, I say we because we are all in it, as a country, Ghana, we can mitigate risk, protect our law enforcement officers, and ensure the safety of our community. I call upon the Ghana Police Administration, the general public, and all the stakeholders to unite in this effort and collectively work towards a safer and a more secure nation. Together, we can overcome these challenges and build a resilient society where tragedies like this becomes a thing of the past. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your attention, and let us remember. Thank you. My name is Alfred K. Kwaku. I'm the Operations Manager for Third Eye Security Services. Thank you.